Hello, Internet, so nice to see you. In my position as a teacher, sometimes I find that I give the perfect right answer to some people, and sometimes I find that the answer I give them actually makes them worse. So I want to make sure that an answer I gave some time ago is not hampering you, is not preventing you from become better. So let's see this comment, and then I'll let you know, and I'll tell you what you need to know.
Dear Music Theory for Guitar, you are a genius. Anybody would love this exercise. That is, anybody that would survive the disciplined way of life. It is so effective that when I was halfway through, or 60 minutes in, I already felt improvements. Insert tear stains on letter. Sadly, I couldn't make it on the first day past exercise 6. This video was not filmed for the week. With my highest respects to the demon with fangs who prowls in the night. Student. Insert blood and tear stains.
And when I read these, I just go back and check the video to make sure I actually did say something, which I did, but I noticed that it's not evident to many people. In that video, I said one specific thing that I want to repeat right now because it doesn't apply only to this exercise. It was the exercise on how to learn the notes on the fretboard. This applies to a number of different things you do on your guitar, and so you want to know it. And the thing I said was this, that you don't want to practice this exercise for more than 5 minutes a day. Let me be clearer. 5 minutes a day tops for this exercise. As you can see in the comment that we just read, the student there was trying to practice all the exercise one after another, and she went up to exercise 6 after 60 minutes in the first day. And let me tell you, I commend her for sheer willpower because I would have given up way sooner than that. Like way sooner than that. Okay. The thing is this, guys. If you watching this video right now, if you were a perfect robot, an artificial intelligence with infinite willpower and would never get tired, I'll tell you, just practice this exercise until you learn the notes. But you're not. You're a human. I'm a human. I hope most of the people watching this video are humans, okay? We get tired. We get discouraged. We cannot do the same thing over and over and over and over without getting some rest. 60 minutes, too much. I don't think I can practice for 60 minutes. I think I get a rest much earlier than that. Okay, I practice very intensely, like laser focus in 60 minutes. My brain is shot. Okay, so here's the thing: don't overdo it. Okay, there is one thing that you overestimate how much improvement you can get in one session, and so you practice, and at the end of the session you're like, yeah, I haven't improved that much, because you're overestimating that. But you are also underestimating how much improvement you can get in 1 month if you practice something for 5 minutes every day. 5 minutes every day sounds like nothing. And when you do it, it also feels like nothing. I mean, it's like you start practicing it, and before you know, the time is over. Okay? But if you do these consistently every day for a month, whether it's the note finding exercise, whether it's a technical thing, whether you're learning a solo, if you consistently do those 5 minutes a day, maybe with a rest for the weekend, okay? I'm not saying that you can take your Sunday off, no problem. But you are gonna improve way more than you expect. Okay? Why? Because in between those short practice sessions, your brain is still thinking about all these. You don't notice, but in the background, your brain is still processing all these. Okay? If you practice 10 minutes, maybe it's better. But when you start practicing the same thing 15, 20, 30 minutes a day, you get into diminishing returns. You're not going to get much more benefit from that because your brain is saturated, okay? After 15 minutes of the exact same thing, your brain cannot learn much more, okay? Your brain needs to rest, needs to do something different, and you need to get to sleep over it, and then the day after you can learn more. That's the way we are built, okay? And if you want, yes, there are a number of studies in neuroscience, in the science of learning, experiments, etc., that confirm that, okay? we could sit down here, we could go through all the peer review literature, all the review studies, and all this kind of thing, and I could convince you, but honestly, why? Just try it. You can convince yourself, okay? So here's the experiment, okay? Do not practice anything for 60 minutes straight. It's not going to work. You think it is, but if you measure your progress, you're not going anywhere, okay? Start thinking about your practice and as 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, okay, chunks of 5 minutes, and change what you're doing every 5 minutes. So you start and you do 5 minutes of the exercise to learn the notes. It's very short. It's good to have a timer that rings every 5 minutes. Kind of, you can find if you go on the internet, you have those meditation timers that ring every set amount of time. Those are great for practicing. Okay, or you can find high interval training timers that do exactly the same thing. Okay, it rings at 5 minutes. Good. Change exercise. Now you're gonna practice scales. Okay, scales most of the time are boring. Okay, if you play them straight, especially. Maybe they're more interesting if you play sequences, but you can practice scales for 5 minutes. Then, bing, the timer rings, you do something different. You can practice your bends. Okay, you can practice 5 minutes. Bends are really fatiguing for your hand, but 5 minutes, you can do it, right? Then bings, it rings again. Now, okay, why don't I study some chord progressions? And then I get a chord progression, and the order in which I do those things matters only up to a certain point, and it matters in the opposite way than you think. Meaning, I'm not gonna go do all the technique at first, then all the theory later. I'm actually gonna mix it up as much as I can. When those 5 minutes end, I want to completely switch gears. Okay? It may be strange at the beginning, it may be weird, but the more you switch gear, the better it is for you, because your brain now can concentrate on something completely different and it's completely fresh on that, okay? Or your hands. If you were playing the note finding exercise, this is not physically taxing, but it is mentally taxing. If you're practicing your bend, it's exactly the opposite. They are physically taxing because you need to put the strength into bend, but mentally they're not particularly bad. Then I do something completely different, okay? That maybe uses different muscles in my hands. So every 5 minutes, do something completely different, okay? But don't practice the same thing for 60 minutes, because what's gonna happen every single time is that the day after, you're not gonna practice because it was too much the day before. You're done with that. You can't see it. If I practice the note finding exercise for 60 minutes in a row, you can be sure for the next month I'm not gonna see it, okay? So here's the thing. As much as I would like to claim the title of the demon that prowls in the night or whatever it was, okay, because it was a really cool title, I'm not. I'm a lazy slob, okay? I'm a lazy guy who cannot concentrate for more than 5 or 10 minutes on the same thing. And that's great, because that's exactly what you want to be, to improve as fast as possible. Sitting down and doing the same thing for hours and hours, it's counterproductive. Having too much willpower on this, it's counterproductive. Follow your bliss, guys, okay? You get tired of practicing something, switch, practice something different, then something different. If anything, have a timer that makes you move faster, makes you change what you're practicing sooner than what you would naturally do. You guys try this. In a week, you're gonna see the difference. But hey, it's the internet, you never know. So try this for a month. In a month, I can guarantee, if you do this regularly every day, I can guarantee that this will make a massive difference in the way you learn and you practice, okay? 5 minutes, switch, 5 minutes, switch, okay? Try that. Way less willpower, much more fun, faster improvement, less burnout. I mean, what's not to love, okay? The point that it doesn't even feel like practicing, because you're changing. Hey, I'm having fun all the time. I'm never bored. It's a new thing. I'm never bored, okay? Makes sense? Maybe I should have called this video practicing with ADHD, okay? Or whatever. Makes sense? Try that. Then, if you want help in learning a specific thing, you can come to me and learn from my courses. I have a great course on learning scales and modes. It's called Master the Modes. I have another course that is about learning harmony, chords, chord progression, chord melodies on guitar called Complete Chord Mastery. You can check those two out. And if you need any help in choosing between them, shoot me an email. Don't write it here if you want help choosing between the courses, because I need to ask you some questions and really don't want to have this. You don't want to have this conversation in public. But write me. You're gonna have this conversation. You're gonna figure out what course works best for you. And if one of them works for you, great. And if none of them works for you, I can recommend other resources or other teachers and people that can help you. Okay? So write me. Let's figure out what works for you. Let's learn this instrument. Let's have fun. Let's make music. If you like this video, smash on that like button, click on notification and subscribe. Write a comment. If you have any questions, write in the comment. If you have any suggestions, write it in the comment. Okay? I'm about to say write a comment every 5 minutes. That would be really good for my engagement, but I see that you may not have this kind of time. Okay? And this is Tommaso Ziglia of musictheoryforguitar.com. And until next time, enjoy.